Well, today on Nation Window Cleaners Podcast, we're talking all about the psychological side of words. What's the psychology in words? Like, what does it do to people? Why do you say what you do? Why are you changing words? So if you want to sell better, if you want to close more, stay tuned to WCR Nation. What's up, everybody? Jersey here from windowcleaner.com, and you are here. What is up? If it's your first time here, have a look around. 8+ years of weekly shows to go back. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of hours. You will not catch up, more than likely. But go ahead and start. Try. I would love nothing more. If it's not your first time here and you've been here a bunch of times, then thank you. Thank you for coming back and being awesome. Thank you for everything you guys do. Thank you for buying from me. Thank you for putting orders in. Thank you for just everything. Absolutely means the world. A couple quick thank yous. Real quick, I want to start off with Brenton Maxwell. What's up, man? Thank you. Jonathan Richards, the OG. What's up, man? And Seth Estrada. Thank you. Just a couple amazing people who have ordered with me. So thank you for that. But we're talking about the psychology of words today, right? I found this kind of interesting because I was talking to somebody else, and we were talking dentist clothes and some ads that they were doing, and I said, "Give me your spiel. What do you say?" And it didn't have any of the connection that you should, but was using the same words. Okay. So, a few things. Somebody says, "Hi, how are you doing?" And you go, "Oh, I'm fine, thank you." Or somebody says, "How are you doing?" And you go, "I am excellent, thank you." Right? They both mean kind of the same thing, but very different meanings, right? There's a lot more said without saying anything, right? There is how you say it. There is the lead up to something. There's so many pieces to language that you kind of want to know, because if you don't have the pieces to the language set up, then when you're saying things, it doesn't come across the same. And we broke it down. We kind of went into the more specifics of why we're saying what it was, and it was pretty eye-opening to the guy who's been cleaning windows for, gosh, I think it's close to 20 years. But for him, he's just never thought that deep into it, right? So a lot of guys are like out there and they're like, "Yeah, my close rate's not great. It's the economy. Oh, it's this, it's the," but it's not, right? It's how you're saying things, right? And I'll give you an example. We talk about this all the time. But what do you do if I said, "What's your favorite color right now?" You would probably not give me an answer, right? You'd be like, "Well, I don't know. Gosh, like, I guess red maybe if it's like at a house, or like cars. I love blue cars." Like, you don't know what's going on, right? I'm not guiding the conversation. But if I say to you, "What color do you prefer on a car, red or green?" You'd be like, "Oh, red," right? You didn't say blue, because the conversation didn't dictate that, right? The old adage is you have 2 ears, 1 mouth. You're supposed to listen twice as much as you talk. But sometimes people don't understand how they say things is not helping the conversation, okay? If I listed off something to you, right, and I'm like a choice between, do you want a filet or a ribeye? Very easy decisions, right? If I say, "What kind of meat do you want?" Well, you just don't know where to go, right? And indecision in buying is the end of the buying process. They're not going to buy from you if the indecision's there. They're just not. And you know this too, is when you go to a place and you're like, "Yeah, I just don't have a good feeling for that thing." And you know what? Let me sleep on it. If you don't understand, you don't have a good understanding, you're not going to buy. And this is what ends up happening with so much of what we do. But you don't really realize that it's the words and the tone and the everything that goes with it. right? We talk confidence, but we don't talk about hard language, soft language. We don't talk about when you're having a conversation, you guide the conversation, okay? I think I said this example before, and maybe it'll get me in trouble. It's a sexist generalization, but I'm going to say it anyway because I live in a house of women, and this is what works. But if you say, hey, where do you want to go to eat? What do they say? Exactly. They say, I don't care, but they very much care because you're like, okay, cool, let's go here. No, I don't want that. Well, then you care, right? And what it is because they don't have an idea and they're not being guided, so they're buyer indecision. Whatever, doesn't matter. Until you tell me something, I go, I don't want that, right? So what you do is you would say, do you want Mexican or do you want Chinese? Right? Now they're making an actual decision. Even though you're the one that gave them the answers, right? It's so much easier for that. It's going to the optometrist, fancy word for eye doctor person. But you sit, they put the big contraption on you, and they're going to go through 30 different options. But they don't go, which one do you like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Because you're like, I don't know. They go, which one's better? 1 or 2? 1 or 2? 1 or 2? Easy. 2 is better than 1. Okay, which one do you like better? Now, 1 or 2? And they go to the next one. And they go to the next one. And then by the time you're done, you're 30. It's the fastest way to do that. This has been done to you forever. Right? It's the reason there are 3s. You have a small, medium, and large. When you go to like fast food. Right? It's pretty. Do you want the most? Do you want the least? Or do you want in the middle? Very easy choice. They don't go, how many fries do you want in the box? Right? When you buy chicken nuggets or tenders or chicken pieces, they'd say, do you want a 10-piece or a 15-piece or whatever? They don't go, how many pieces do you want typically? Because you're like, I don't know, 4, right? All throughout your day, people are helping you conversate, and you don't even know it, right? What octane do you prefer in your car? Your options are only 87, 89, and 92. They don't make up anything. You don't add it later, right? There's so many pieces to this that you're just being guided. It's the difference between open-ended questions and closed-ended questions. Like if I want to guide you and help you understand, because again, buyer's indecision, I want to let you know, here are your options, okay? I'm not going to give you 30 options because then buyer's indecision happens. You're not confident. If you're not confident, you're not buying. And confidence is conveyed. We've all met somebody who has been, out at a party or something. They just light up the room. Man, they're so confident. They're just, hey, how are you? They're there, right? That confidence makes you feel confident in that person. This is why, when you go and see these scammers that have done things in the past, they're so confident. They get anybody's trust. Things that don't even make sense. They exude confidence. Now, we're not being scammers. We're offering an amazing service that people are happy to have. So I want to make sure that they have it. But you have to have confidence in how you say it. Because again, not only is it what you say, it's how you say it, right? So, so for ins and outs, inside and outside, if you want to have both, would be $199. So that is inside and outside. $199. We can't go any lower than $199. Did you want to do that? Well, I don't know. Well, we got to think about it, right? All right, perfect. So for inside, outside, track, seals, and frames, whole kit and caboodle, you're talking $299. And our first available appointment is actually on Tuesday, and it's going to be between 9 and 10 in the morning. Which one did you feel better with? Understand that when I just did that example, I was $100 more in the second example. But I'm guiding that, right? It'd be Tuesday the 7th. We have a morning appointment, or we could do the 8th, the next day. That's a Wednesday, and that would be afternoon. Which one do you prefer, that morning slot or afternoon slot? Does one work better with a work schedule? Right? Which one works better with your work schedule? Which one would you prefer? I'm giving you 2 choices, and none of them are no. Do you want the morning appointment or afternoon appointment? Why do you think that it's asked that way? If I just came to you and I said, all you people out there think that this is all about price. And I said, okay, great. So this window cleaning, which you and I both know would be $3.99, I'll give it to you for $40. What day do you want to do it? You'd be like, I don't know what works. Like maybe like I could. Well, let me look at my calendar here and I'll let you know. You just proved it's not money. It's the conversation. It's how you say it. It's the confidence. It's the way the words work. You get answers you ask for. You always get answers you ask for. You always get answers in the way you want them answered. Okay? We were talking also about kind of reviews and pieces of that. Man, I just can't get a ton of reviews. Okay? People aren't going to leave a review because they have to wait to see if it's really good. And then they forget. If they don't do it right then and there, they're not going to do it. So you make it easy with QR code. Got it. But here's the real thing. When we were talking about our closing kind of thing, this is another guy we were talking with, but when you get done with the closing, you go, okay, awesome, Mr. Jones, everything turned out amazing. Did you get a chance to look at the windows? They're going to say 2 things, okay? Yes or no. I asked a yes or no question, right? But I have answers to both that bring them back. Did you get a chance to look at those windows? They usually go, well, they're in the house. They go, oh, yes. Oh, that looks so great. Oh, the sun's really, oh, perfect. Well, let me say, you're going to see your windows morning, noon, and night. Different lights than we see. And if you see anything, any streak, smear, smudge, anything you're not happy with, please let me know. I will come back and make them look beautiful. We just, we put that out there so that they're like, oh, even if I find something, I'm covered. The guy was genuine. He's not trying to hide something. He's not trying to scam it. I don't have to go through the fine-tooth comb to find all the things. But here's the thing that works 2 ways. First, they don't call you back. Your callbacks are virtually nil. And the reason is because they don't think you're trying to pull something over and get their money's worth. They're like, oh, they just missed this one, but I'll just hit it. But the second is that they know from the very beginning, from the instant that I'm working up to the review, is that no matter what, I'm going to make them look perfect. Right? No matter what. If you're just like, okay, great, I'll take that, then they're like, seemed kind of fast. Right? We've all heard that. So they already know, they looked at them. They told me that they liked them. Oh, they look so great. We also get the whole, no, I haven't really looked, but I bet they're great. Well, absolutely. But if they're not and you see something, please remember, 100% satisfaction guarantee covers that. I want to reiterate that. It does not make more people call you. It makes much less, like literally down to 0, because they don't think that you're trying to pull something over. You just maybe missed a spot. I'm not going to call them back for just one spot. If you don't say anything, then they call you back and you show up and there's one streak or runner in the middle of the window and you're like, you got to be kidding me. I'm on the way back for this? Because they thought you were trying to pull something over. Hey, you didn't do a good enough job. Like, they're trying to not be the idiot. I'm like, hey, please, if you see anything, let me know. Right? Now they know that no matter what they see now or what they find, it's covered. Then I go in and I collect the check. I always call it the bad news because that's how we do it in the beginning. People chuckle. It lightens that part. I get paid every single customer, but then we go right into review. I go. And, we are a family company and we live and die by reviews. So if you have a free second, just scan this picture. I'll bring you right to a review. Leave a review. Anything you think, just be truthful. Okay? I've told them everything's done. They're done, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. We can do that for you. This turned out so great. They're confident now I've increased my reviews by the way I asked, by the way I put myself out there, by the confidence they got in our company, by how I was confident in our company. Then I go into the last thing is the dentist close. I'll do the dentist close before the review piece just because I feel like I'm wrapping up the job after I get the money. I go, okay, perfect, and then for your next appointment, did you want to do in 3 months or 6 months? 6 months gets you to September 7th. Dates are wrong. I just threw a number out. That would be a morning appointment, just like this, right? So now here's what I do as I walk them up to the review. I am going to have them tell me they saw the windows and they loved it. Then I'm going to reassure them that even if they see anything that I'm not there, please let me know. I'm not trying to hide anything, please. They rebooked the appointment, which, by the way, the close rate on your dentist close, 95 to 99%. I mean, there are people doing 100% for weeks. Every single person's rescheduled because of the confidence, because of everything, and you're walking them through. How you say it is so much more important than just saying things, right? So here's what it is. They told me they loved it. I reassured them that they're going to love it. They loved it so much they rebooked again. Now we have this relationship. They're going to see us again. Now, in that closing final piece, I tell them about the review. Now they're like, well, of course, I have no qualms. Of course, I like it so much, we're doing this again. Review, right? It's how you ask and what words you ask. Real quick, I'm going to jump off and just do the shameless plug. Wait, hold on. I'm a rep for windowcleaner.com. Maybe you buy from me, maybe you don't, but if you get anything from this, please, man, let me know. I would love to put your order in. It doesn't cost you anything extra. You can literally text me. You can call me. You can smoke signal. You can even put it in your cart. Click save cart. And if I place the order, I get some cheddar. It doesn't cost you any extra. If I don't place your order, I don't get anything. There's no way to tag a customer as mine. It's only when I place an order. So you're never bothering me. For big order, small order, it doesn't matter, right? Let me know. Also, the new issue of American Window Cleaner is out, and it's the Squeegee Life takeover. So fantastic. Get it, awcmag.com. Get a subscription. It's only $69. And also, you guys know Jobber. Got a 20% off link down in the bio for 6 months. So if you're getting a CRM, you're getting into it, Jobber's fantastic. So anyway, I won't get into that. But we get the answers we ask for. The part that people sometimes forget is that I asked a question. I asked them, did they, want their windows done? Yeah, that is a yes or no question. That means that 50% just statistically would be no. Now, people's comfort default is no. So now you're at 75%. So if I ask a stranger a yes or no question, I'm going to get 75% of them no. Why? It's because people who have the hesitation will go no, because no is the safe answer, right? Hey, do you want to try something? No, thank you. You didn't even hear what they said. No, thank you. You've been at every store ever, right? And what do you say? No, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you though. No, thanks. I'm good. That part's big. Don't ask yes or no questions. Ask one or two. Which one's better, red or blue? If you ask a yes or no question, you get a yes or no answer. If you ask Tuesday or Wednesday or morning or afternoon or 3 month or 6 month, you get an answer that you want. Now, in the psychology of when I do the dentist close, where I say, do you want it in 3 months or 6 months? 6 months is I go into a big spiel and spec 6. Because I know most people look at 6 as more comfortable, as farther away. 3 months kind of seems short. I give them more information because I'm giving them more and more and more, and they're thinking 6 months is this, 6 months is this, 6 months. And it's in their head as 6 months. Most of the people do 6 months. That's because we tell them that's what to do. If you say, oh, do you want this done again in a year or 2? They go, oh gosh, well, 2 years is too long. The average reschedule is 2 years. Everybody goes, no, I get it done in spring and fall. Some people do, yeah. Most people don't. They get it done once, they
It's
forget
not
about it,
about-
and then they go ahead and they wait until they look dirty again. That's literally what happens. So we want to help them figure it out. You want 3 month or 6 month? Here's your options. Here's your times. Done. All they have to say is, Tuesday works. I have everything out there. There's no questions. There's no indecisive. Tuesday's a morning appointment. Wednesday's an afternoon. And even if Tuesday is absolutely empty, I still do it that way. Because I could say, oh, did you want Tuesday in the morning or Tuesday in the afternoon? Now they're like, well, it's only Tuesday. They have to understand that they're making a decision, right? So I do Tuesday morning, Wednesday afternoon, whatever the mix is. Then we schedule. You get answers you ask for. Like how you ask questions. And everybody in the world understands this. When you really break down conversation and I say, are you having an awesome day? I'm going to get you to be excited about it, as opposed to me just saying, hey, how are you? Fine, good, yeah. Yes or no is not good because the chances of no are higher than the chances of yes if you're a gambler. But if I put it out as 2 answers, neither of them yes or no, there is no safe answer. Now they're giving me a real answer, and they're giving me an answer that they agree with. When somebody says something, they're absolutely right when they decide something. Because otherwise they would change your mind. You're like, yeah, but people have buyer's indecision. Yeah, because when they start thinking about it, they go, well, I wouldn't. Why would they be questioning things? Like, I don't understand the hesitation sometimes. We have this imposter syndrome, especially new people. And you were probably in that spot too. If you remember when you were new, maybe you're new now, you go, well, I can't charge $100 an hour, I'm new. But you're doing the service. Yeah, but I haven't been doing this a while. Okay, are you going to leave it with streaks and smears and awful? Well, no, I'm going to be there till it's done right. So it's the same as anybody else. Why would you not charge what everybody else is, their average or whatever? Because people have an imposter syndrome, and they do the same thing with reschedules and closes and extra work. Like sometimes people, somebody wants to buy from you. Hey, I want to get my house done every single month. What's the price? $299? What did you say, $399? Yeah, but for every month, we could do less. Where somebody's, hey, I want to get my house done every single month for that $399 you mentioned. Oh, great. Yeah, actually, I can give you a discount. What? He already said yes. Why would you do that? Like, that didn't do anything. It just made you less money. Because in your head, you're like, oh, that's too many. Dude, that's too much. It's too much. If it's too much in your head, you're the one that stops yourself, right? When we go back to how we ask things, if that part is in our head, it stops us. How many of us would go back and be like, hey, did you want to get your house cleaned every single month? Most people wouldn't, because in our head, it's like, well, that's too much. I don't want to. No, that's But if somebody brings it up to you, of course. I did a ton of houses monthly. I did one house every 3 weeks. It was, again, on the husband's travel rotation. But anyway, I digress. Full house, 4-bedroom house, 3 weeks, every 3 weeks. Listen, it is not your job to think you know what they want. It is not my job to understand that you have enough money to buy a Lamborghini, or that it's a great choice, or that it's whatever. But if you do, awesome, dude, buy a Lamborghini. That'd be phenomenal. I would love one. My position is not your position. My needs are not your needs. My dollars are not your dollars. I get this all the time. Literally multiple times a week. Somebody's like, hey, I got this big project. I bid it out. It's this giant complex. It's 5-story building. I worked it all out, dude. It's like $5,000. It's like $10,000, man. I feel like that's too high. That's because you don't own a 5-story building. We did a building. This is an interesting thing, but they put glass in this building. And it was curved glass that they got specially made in Germany, I believe. Germany? Yeah, we'll say Germany. Not only do this one little facility, it's just like a visitor center, has a Chihuly statue up in the ceiling, which is hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not into the millions. They took a Topin lift, which is new, like $180,000, and built it into the building, just so they had it in case they needed to clean. Then these panes of glass, each pane of glass was about $60,000 delivered. When they built the whole thing, the glass acted as a reflection, and started making hot spots, actually burning things on the inside. Well, they had to then coat the glass and had to actually make the glass into something that wasn't refractive. So they reordered most of the glass to have a coating from the factory. Instead of just putting it on themselves, they spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to just get new glass. You and I can't think of that. Like, I don't own a $180,000 lift. I don't think you do either. And sure don't just put it in a building so I can dust my $1 million statue. But they did. We're talking different numbers. So why are you thinking that you know what they're going to want? Why are you thinking that something that they're doing is more expensive? Why are you making the decision with your brain about what they have? The part's just confusing. It's very hard to get over. One of the largest contracts that we had was just over $98,000. And when I put that together, and again, mind you, any big project can be done absolutely easy. Just break it up. So it's just sheets. I just take little sections as I'm walking around. This. Then I add it all up. Because if I know I'm charging $5 a pane for the outs, whatever. I know, by the way, that was a yearly contract. That was not a one-time clean. But I know then by doing that when I'm all said and done, if it comes up to that much, yeah, it's cool, it's right. Because I'm going back to facts. I'm not going back to opinion. Now, when we go and ask things and talk and say things, when we think something in our head, that's the way we go. Right? Did you want to do it every 6 months, or is that too much? That's too much. I don't even know what we're talking about. It's too much. You just told me it's too much. I can sense you, the professional, think it's too much. Right? Understand that we are different than the people we're talking to. I do hire window cleaners now, but that's because they're customers and just in my area. But you probably don't hire window cleaners. You do it yourself. So why are you pretending that you're a window cleaning customer and you have the brain of a window cleaning customer? Do you do houses for people with expensive cars in the driveway? You do. Those people spent a lot of money on that. They're going to spend a lot of money on their maintaining their house. If you get to a house and it's a $5,000 house, they probably spent millions of dollars on the house and want the view. That's why you are there. That's why the rotation's there. I did a house every 3 months, and the owners of this house were there 2 times a year. They lived in Sweden. They owned like a textile type place. And they came for 2 vacations a year, not every year. And each of them, 2 times a year, I clean the windows every 3 months. Now, that's like what? Okay. It's a maintenance thing for them. Awesome. Happy to oblige. They had a window or a maid, like a housekeeper lady, whatever you want to call. She was a house cleaner. You know what I'm thinking. She was there every week of the year. Every week. Because they said, well, they don't want the dust to collect, and then by the time they clean it, then it's too late. Every week. That means that for 50 weeks of the year, they might have come a little longer on some of them, but we'll say 50 weeks, she was there by herself, cleaning for no one, and nothing changed from the week before. She was there every week because that's what they wanted. Hey, absolutely. I don't know your budget. I don't know what your thoughts are, and I'm not going to pretend I own a textile company, right? So be confident in what you're saying. Confidence is the answer, not in the feelings, okay? Anyway, psychology of selling. It's very in-depth. I know it's kind of nerdy, but so many people could improve what they're doing. So many. So hopefully you can do that too. And anyway, you're going to need some window cleaning supplies. Hey, I'm your guy. I would love to put that in. Please let me know. I'm a rep for windowcleaner.com. It is the way I make money. The way I live on this planet is because of you guys who buy from me. So please let me put orders in. It is never a headache. You are never going to get it faster by ordering on your own. The same time that I place the order or you place it online is the same time it ships out. Don't message me at 11 at night and be like, I got an order. And it's 11 at Saturday. And then at 11:15 they place and go, I had to get it out. Nothing changes. Nothing. No one's going to be at the warehouse until Monday. So no, that didn't get you any faster, literally any faster. But let me know. 862-312-2026 is my cell. Let me know. Text me, shoot me. Smoke signals, whatever you want. Please get a subscription to the American Window Cleaner Magazine, awcmag.com. Also comes with the sticker sheets, which I know you love the sticker sheets. And by the way, some of my favorite ones. This one, because of Squeegee Life Takeovers, all Squeegee Life stickers. So anyway, go check that out. Get Jobber if you're looking for CRMs. Fantastic stuff. And hopefully, you change the psychology of talking, but more importantly, you go out there and be epic.